Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. So, the guy up here that's behind the Iranian flag, Donald Trump, the President of the United States. 11 months ago, that man was a reality show host. Now, the guy who's a reality show host 11 months ago has just decertified a nuclear Iran deal. Now, this was the deal that Obama worked out with Iran in order to cut down on their nuclear weapons production. Essentially, we don't want you to have nuclear weapons. This is the deal we're willing to do in order to get you to stop having nuclear weapons. Trump, from the time he's taken office, has gone about his way to essentially go after that particular deal. Now, this article that we're talking about is not about the Iran deal. This is something far more trivial. But I bring this up because the high stakes that the office of the president is, like, it's not a trivial thing to be president of the United States. And it looks immensely bad when articles like this come out. This is BuzzFeed. Trump given a subpoena for all documents related to assault allegations. Essentially, the president of the United States has been accused of sexual assault. And this woman has been hounding him about the sexual assault allegation. Let me read the story. So, a woman who said Donald Trump groped her has subpoenaed his campaign for documents about any woman alleging that Donald Trump has touched her inappropriately. Trump has denied the accusations, fighting to subpoenas. A high-stakes legal showdown is brewing for President Donald Trump as a woman who said he groped her has subpoenaed all documents from his campaign pertaining to any woman alleging that Donald Trump has touched her inappropriately. The subpoena, which contents have not been previously reported, was issued in March but entered into court's filings last month. The White House did not respond to a request for comment, nor did Trump's attorney. Now, okay, let me read this part. Summer Zervos, a former contestant on Trump's reality TV show, The Apprentice, accused Trump of kissing and grabbing her when she went to his bungalow in Beverly Hills Hotel in 2007 to discuss a possible job at Trump's organization. After Zervos made the accusation last October, just weeks before the election, Donald Trump denied the accusation and called it a lie. Unfortunately, Donald Trump is not the paragon of truthfulness, so him calling it a lie doesn't really have any weight. That being said, just because he's a known liar doesn't necessarily mean he's lying in this very specific instance. Nor does it mean that what she's saying for the most part is not true. I guess you're stuck in this level of ambiguity of not necessarily knowing. It's he said, she said. So let's bake that part into the cake. Donald Trump comes across as gross, so your feeling is you kind of want to believe it. That doesn't necessarily mean he did it. So let's bake that part into the cake. The point I want to make, though, it looks immensely bad for the President of the United States to be served with a sexual subpoena. And if that was Obama, I think they would have howled. They would have screamed and howled. Oh my God, he has women coming out the yin yang. He's cheating on Michelle. Oh my God, we can't have this kind of, serial pervert in the White House. I think Republicans would be screaming at the top of their lungs if the President of the United States was given a subpoena for sexual assault. And this is the party of ethics and integrity and it being a stick-up-your-ass Christian, male, etc., all this other crazy stuff. You should have an aspirin between your knees to prevent pregnancy. Those guys. Man getting hit with sexual assaults. He was on video talking about grabbing by the pussy. I'm sorry, man. It looks bad. That's all. I'm not going to belabor it because, like I said, there's no way to know. It's he said, she said. I'm just kind of making this point that this is an amazing double standard that Christian conservatives are giving Donald Trump. And they're giving him an amazing benefit of the doubt. That I don't think they would be giving a Democratic president. That's all I'm saying. Particularly when you have an audio tape out talking about you're grabbing women by the pussy. it makes it gives, put it this way, it gives this woman's claim a little bit more credibility than if this claim was just kind of just hanging out there on its own. So I will leave it at that. I don't want to belabor the point. This is more so just pointing out that this is working its way through court, and there is a subpoena against the President of the United States for sexual assault. I'll leave it at that. Alright guys, if you enjoy the content, feel free to share, write, subscribe, and of course, you can always support the work through Patreon. I'm sorry, this story is slightly funny to me. It's, look, men in power, and not just men in power, just people in power in general. I don't think this is a gender thing. I think it gets the label of a gender thing just because oftentimes it's men doing it. But that may just be an artifact of there being more men in corporate America than women. People in power do certain things that they believe their power affords them. If that means I can quote unquote grab a woman by the pussy, if that means I can grope a woman, if that means I can masturbate inside of a plant while I tell a woman to stand right there and watch. The Harvey Weinstein thing, yes, he did it. He masturbated into a plant. I don't know what the plant did to anybody, but that's fucked up. I don't know what the plant did. It's problematic, to say the least. So, would I be shocked that a man who said he grabbed women by the pussy maybe sexually assaulted somebody? No, I wouldn't be shocked in the least. Grabbing somebody by the pussy is, by definition, sexual assault. Now, is it possible that he didn't do it in this particular case? Yes. Is it possible that he just looks bad and looks like the patsy? Yes. All of that's true. Doesn't mean he get his day in court? Yes, he does, just like anybody else. Until then, it's ambiguous. Pick your pony. Whether you believe he did it or you didn't, you're in the same spot. You don't know. Alright guys, I'll leave it at that. Have a good one.